Former President Yahya Jammeh has officially lost his Potomac mansion to the U.S. government. A district court in Maryland has given a final judgment to forfeit the property to the U.S. Department of Justice. According to the U.S. authorities, Jammeh used bribery proceeds and stolen government funds to buy the mansion in suburb of Washington. The U.S. Justice Department said in a civil forfeiture complaint last year that Jammeh conspired to launder roughly $3.5 million in corruption proceeds through the purchase of a lavish house in Potomac, Maryland. Jammeh acquired at least 281 properties during his time in office and operated more than 100 private bank accounts directly or through companies or foundations in which he has shares or an interest, according to the Justice Department's civil complaint. On August 25, 2020, the United States filed the amendment complaint seeking forfeiture to the United States of the real property located in Potomac, Maryland. The property was put in Zainab's name with a successor trustee listed as Yahya Jammeh, together the Jammehs. According to the judgment, the United States attempted to serve notice of the amendment complaint on the Jammehs as the trustees of the MYJ Family Trust in Equatorial Guinea through internationally agreed means of service reasonably calculated to give notice. Significantly, on or about February 4, 2021, the U.S. Department of State transmitted a request for assistance to the Central Authority of Equatorial Guinea from the U.S. Department of Justice Criminal Division Office of International Affairs pursuant to Article 18 of the United States Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime, to which both the United States and the Republic of Equatorial Guinea are parties, seeking assistance in determining the current location of the Jammehs and serving the Jammehs with notice of the commencement of the civil forfeiture action against the defendant property. As detailed in the declaration of the U.S. Ambassador to the Republic of Equatorial Guinea, Susan N. Stevenson, despite the good faith efforts, the United States was unable to confirm that amendment complaint was served on the Jammehs in Equatorial Guinea. Significantly, Ambassador Susan delivered the request for assistance to multiple government officials in Equatorial Guinea and delivered the original documents to be served on the Jammehs to the Ministers of Justice in Equatorial Guinea on May 4, 2021. Although the president of Equatorial Guinea told Ambassador Susan on July 13, 2021 that documents were sent to the Jammehs residence, implying that the Jammehs remain in Equatorial Guinea. The Minister of Justice subsequently advised Ambassador Susan that his ministry had been unable to locate the Jammehs and advised that the case should proceed with the understanding that governments of the Republic of Equatorial Guinea and the United States have made good faith efforts to advise the Jammehs of the complaint. No extensions to these deadlines have been requested, consented to, or granted by the court. According to the judgment, no person or entity has filed either a claim to the defendant property or has otherwise appeared to contest the forfeiture of the defendant property, and the time to do so has expired. Forfeiture actions and a default having been entered by the clerk of court, the United States is entitled to the entry of the default judgment pursuant to Rule 55B subsection 2 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Moreover, to ensure that the United States has clear title to the defendant property and has the authority to dispose of the defendant property in accordance with the law, the government now seeks the entry to a final order of forfeiture. The ruling reads, written by Foreign Newspaper. For Block TV News, I am Amina Sawani.